Uri brother come out and explained the story because remember, Underworld Bill wasn't there when this incident happened. Dom, he's telling you something that he heard from his own boys. And obviously, if your boys are going to tell a story about you, like when my boys tell a story about me, they're always going to make me look good. You know what I mean? That's what I do when I talk about my boys. I always make them look good. That's P. Uso, appreciate you. And Underworld Bill, like, yeah, well, I'll give it to him. He's very loyal. He always he talked up the Kalache family, and he talked up his brother Rabi Kalache, you know. But the worst thing he could have done, Dom TJ, was say that he ran the prisons because skeletons were gonna come out of the closet. Big case, Spitzy, you know. And when the Kuri brother come out and explained that, obviously the Lebanese boys would be pissed off about it, case Felix, because no one ever spoke about it. The reason why no one ever spoke about Kalache getting jumped is because he had a lot of love from every nationality. Like I remember even Moses spoke highly of him, you know, and Annie, appreciate you. And so a lot of people who comment on my lives and they're like, oh bro, I thought you were a gangster. Why you talking about stuff that shouldn't be spoken about? So there you go, guys. This is the reason why I come out only about things I know about and things that I was in and amongst. User Parangi. I will never tell you something that comes from assumptions, all right, and especially if it came from someone else. My thing is, if I wasn't there or if I haven't done my homework on something, then I wouldn't speak on it, you know. And so it was a bit of a shit feeling, rebel, that when Rabi's name got dragged in the mud because the Kuri brother explained how his jaw got broken. Nobody knew this stuff. Robin, appreciate you, brother. You know, but the reason why the Kuri brother explained it is because he was there. You know, the Kuri boys had the power, and this is what I explained time and time again. You know, like there's boys like myself, Dom, that was in Supermax, yeah? And Supermax, STG, IBO, for those of you who don't know, STG is Serious Threat Group. It's where all the gang members go, gang leaders, and IBO is Individual Violent Offender, those who are what you call very violent towards officers and inmates, but they didn't need to be in a gang. All right. So these are the types of places that myself and Underworld Bill ended up in, but it's a kindergarten place. It's not a prison. It's not something that's considered ruthless. Like I explained to you guys, I was the only one in Supermax at the time that was trying to get out of Supermax. I was writing to the official visitor. I was writing to the ombudsman, and I was trying to explain that I was being held unjustly in Supermax and in STG because they were the ones that came and grabbed me and chucked me into the main. Adam, appreciate you. They grabbed me and chucked me into into Supermax for no reason. I did nothing wrong, you know. But at the same time, so you guys all understand, that wasn't something to be proud of, because when you're inside Supermax, you don't know nothing. You just hear things, so you assume things, you know. The amount of times stories came out in Supermax and then everyone found out later on that it was all rubbish. Like, bro, I'd be a rich man now if I told you all those stories, you know. But back to Underworld Bill. The things that he says and he is something that, yeah, a lot of young Lebanese boys need to listen to, because he did go through all of that, yeah. And it's not war stories that you hear on the playground. Like the war stories that he tells, majority of them, like, yeah, I can honestly say that it did happen, yeah. Like there's a few things that he got mixed up with the Asians. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to try to correct him. Remember, I grew up with all the Asian gangs, so I know them inside out. I was inside prison with all the main Asians, and I know who was there and who wasn't there. I know what gang was ruthless, and I know what gang wasn't ruthless, and I know what gang died out at what date. And so I know exactly when someone's telling a story about a certain crew or a certain Asian, I know for a fact whether it's true or not. Von, Kaz, so I'm not trying to throw any of the boys under the bus that are actually speaking about this, because remember, yeah, they were the syndicate, my man. Yeah, they were there when all these incidents occurred. But just like me, I don't know how the Lebanese boys hold themselves when it comes to ranks and when it comes to family. Like, everybody has their own internal dramas and everybody has a way that they run. Yeah. So Underworld Bill doesn't know how the Asians run. And Asians don't know how Underworld Bill runs. Just like myself, I don't know how the Lebanese boys run. I don't know how the Asian boys run. But me, I just focus on myself and my team. But back then, it was the Islander thing, so I just focused. Syndicate, appreciate you. Back then, I just focused on the Islander boys. I didn't care about the outsiders. My thing was, I go hard for the Islanders, and if I die in the process, then it is what it is, you know.